If you could protect your auto accident victims from permanent harm from a spinal cord injury in under 1 minute, would you? The Speedboard is a simple, easy-to-use cervical thoracic splint. It is intended for rapid orthopedic stabilization of an automobile accident victim for whom either symptoms or mechanism suggest a possibility of a spinal cord injury. As with any orthopedic immobilization technique, 2 sets of hands are required. First, the initial responder must assume responsibility for maintaining in-line stabilization manually. That rescuer should place both hands on either side of the patient's head at the jawline below the ears to lift and hold the neck in a stable inline position. This is frequently best accomplished by approaching the patient from the rear seat or from the opposite side if access is available. Next, one must take care to properly size and apply the cervical collar to provide a sound foundation for cervical immobilization. Place your body facing the same direction as the patient. Place your hand nearest the patient at the base of the patient's neck with your fingers together facing the same way the patient is looking. Imagine a straight line from your fingers to the bony prominence of the patient's chin and count how many fingers are at or below this imaginary line. 1 finger in neck height is usually a no-neck sized collar, 2 fingers are short, 3 fingers are regular, and 4 is a tall. Far too many no-neck sized collars are used today. Once the cervical collar has been applied, insert the bottom edge of the Speedboard behind the patient's lower back. Then, once the top of the Speedboard clears the roofline, rotate the Speedboard up to its final position. Take special care to ensure that before applying the straps, you have the Speedboard positioned so that the securing knots of the top 2 straps are even with the top of the patient's shoulders. Use your hand nearest the patient to touch both knot and shoulders with your fingers spread to determine the correct placement, even in the dark. Now your Speedboard straps can be applied. Note all the buckles are conveniently located at the patient's head. First, secure